watching a master at work.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Major League Baseball players are not the only ones who use HGH. Just look what's sitting in front of you tonight. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is.
Use that?
On my hair to thicken it up.
I see.
Yeah, I put a little on my mustache too.
I see.
Y'all looking pretty big over there, pretty swole. Straight up.
We looking like the Christmas fruit basket that you get every year that you really don't want.
Eat this, the apples and oranges.
I'm Joe Stovall, sitting next to Big Sean. How you doing, baby?
How you doing, man?
And to my left, the one and only, Johnny Dollar.
What's up? How y'all doing?
You ain't got to scream,
Glad-
you ain't got to holler.
Glad to see you back, because last week you was on a hiatus. Were you on tour?
Well, nah, I had another obligation that I had to take care of, you know.
You ain't manhunting, no. You ain't bound dog to bounty
No,
hunter,
I
right?
ain't bounty hunting again, you know.
And for the public, he had on one of the nicest tuxedos with the cummerbund and the flowered ruffled shirt and the white socks with the bell-bottom tuck pants with the shiny stripe down the side and the tuxedo shoes. But Joe, you looked sharp.
Was the pants hang up a little bit? You see this white
Yes,
socks?
I mean, I was there with him when he got fitted, and the right leg was shorter than the left, but that's because one leg is crooked, so it kept the suit the way it was, and they thought he was pimping, but really he had one leg shorter than the other. But other than that, look at the sports.
First of all, I appreciate that description, making me sound like Jerry Lewis and the Nutty Professor.
John
You know.
Witherspoon.
Bang, bang, bang. Is that what it was? Well, speaking of bang, 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 don't tell nobody. But the Mitchell report is out. It came out yesterday. It was released. Former Senator George Mitchell came out with his 400-page documentation of over 86 Major League Baseball players who have either purchased or used performance-enhancing drugs, steroids, or as we spoke of earlier, HGH, human growth hormones. Now, fellas, first thing, Bun, I'm gonna come right to you. Were you surprised?
No, I wasn't surprised, because they've been throwing these names out for years, and it finally happened. And Roger Clemens, we talked about it. We know, man, 45 years old, pitching 90 miles an hour. Come on now. If me, you, and Dollar got there pitching 90 miles an hour, throw 100 pitches, it might would chop our arm off, because it ain't no more good.
Just take your hand and attach it right at the shoulder, because this is done.
Just like this.
Flipper.
But I mean, to me, it was a waste of $6 million. It was a waste of paper. They talking about recycling. We thinking green. That's 400 pages wasted
Right.
for something that wasn't outlawed when they used it.
I agree. Dollar, any surprises when the report came out yesterday?
Well, like Muddy said, there are no surprise. But let me just say this. Now, y'all been watching ESPN just like I have. They covering this almost as more than they did 9/11. I mean, they're taking this way too serious, man. And this is something they're not going to stop. And this, I don't care what they're going to do, this is something they're not going to stop. And this is not as serious as the coverage is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I just think it's big names, Barry Bonds, they want him anyway. I don't care how they want him anyway. But now there's somebody just trying to make a little money off the side. That's all it is, man. It's just somebody trying to make a little money, but they're making too much of this.
I agree.
And I think it's a waste of TV coverage. There's a lot more things they could be covering besides this 24/7 on ESPN all day long and all night.
You're right.
Now, Dollar, I'm gonna come right back to you because you said Barry Bonds' name. Now, my question is, with 86 names coming out on this report, you had guys like Andy Pettit and Roger Clemens being listed, Miguel Tejada was listed there, even our own local guy, Matt Hurge, is listed. I come back to you, how does this affect Bonds and his image in the fact that he was the face of steroids all this time? Everybody, when you talk steroids, you were really talking Barry Bonds. You weren't talking about anybody else. The Major League Baseball was very hypocritical about the way they approached this, And now you've got other names. And I know there are a lot of people out there who still don't want to believe that these other names are on this list. But I come back to you, Dollar. How do you think this report, with all the names that have come out, affects Barry Bonds?
Well, come on now. Okay. And don't forget Pujols, for you Cardinals fan. Pujols' name's on there too. But let me just say this. Hey, I'm not the only one. It goes back to the fact, okay, yeah, maybe I did it, maybe I did it, or whatever the case might be, I didn't admit to it. But now look at your other superstars that's doing this. But y'all on me, like I'm the bad guy, like I'm the only one in the Major League Baseball that's doing this type of stuff. I knew something was going on when Pujols hit 50-something last year and all of a sudden it cuts in half.
Uh-huh.
So it's not going to stop, people. I'm telling you, this is not going to stop. It takes a little relief off Barry Bonds, but Barry Bonds, he's going to be the one that's going to take the bigger hit.
So you calling Barry Bonds the poster child of steroids?
Yep. He's going to take a bigger hit than everybody else.
Bun, how do you think this affects Bonds?
I don't think he's going to take a hit at all. I mean, because you look at it, okay, they don't have any proof that this man done it. Now, they didn't try this man, sent this man to prison before his trial. Now, you got 86 more names on this list.
Right.
Well, and the commissioner said he gonna look at each case individual. That mean that man ain't read that document.
He didn't.
No,
He
just
admitted.
he just come like he been drinking
Was he
scotch.
looking like that?
I was looking at each case and judge them different.
And so what you're saying is
Judge him different,
he's
right.
just talking.
That's all he is. Paid conversation, like George Bush, somebody writing a speech.
Well, I think for me, number one, like you said earlier, Bonds has already been tried, convicted,
Yep.
and executed
Yep.
in a court of public opinion when all along everybody knew, as Dollar said earlier, Albert Pujols, in terms of our St. Louis Cardinals fans, you can look at half the Yankees organization and on. Baseball was running rampant with drugs, but like I said, Bonds, it won't change the way people look at him. We'll go to these phone lines at 328-8280. Call us, tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from, tell like it is.
Hi, my name is Margaret. Here's my mommy. I think steroids affect any athlete, not so much in a good way, but also in a negative way, because it does play a role in some of their anger problems. Because I saw this movie, and it had this athlete was taking steroids, and he became very abusive.
Uh-huh.
So I think it probably affects them emotionally and mentally as well as physically.
So do you think all sports should ban performance-enhancing drugs?
Yes, I think, well, it's not good for their health either. So, I mean, yeah, I do.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you calling us. You call us anytime. Tell it like it is. UPTV Channel 6. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
I tell you guys one name, Fernando Vina. I know why he got on it. When Albert Bell came to second base and drilled him,
And put him on his butt.
I got to get something to beat myself up.
Hey,
Biscuits and
That
gravy
won't
was
happen
working.
no
I
more.
got it.
I got you. Give me a year or two. Albert Bell went crazy. He's out the league.
Now, like I said at the beginning of the show, some of us have taken different forms of HGH.
You're right.
And it works for us, but some other guys need a little kick in the pants. And, like I just asked the caller, and if you have a question, you give us a call, 328-8280, UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. Now, can Major League Baseball clean up the drug problem? Because here's where I'm going with this question. I'm not just talking about HGH and steroids. Drugs have been a part of Major League Baseball since
Forever.
Major League Baseball started. Where the guys were using some type of amphetamine, some type of caffeine or elixir to give them a little extra juice. In the 70s, guys popping pills all the time.
Popping them. Pop, pop, pop.
The steroids issue, we're talking about, it's 2007. Guys were using steroids in the 90s, the early 90s. This is nothing new. The drug culture has been there. Everybody's been looking for an edge. So I'll come to you first, Bud. Can they clean up the drugs in their sport?
First of all, I believe it's the Major League Baseball's problem. It started with when they had the strike in the 90s, and they lost all this fan base, and you know, the stadium half empty. Then all of a sudden they let McGuire and Sosa take these drugs and they start hitting home runs. The next thing you know, bam, 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 and it brought the fans back to the game, and it got out of control. And the opinion is that they won't ever stop it, because if they do stop this, somebody somewhere right now is coming up with a new one.
Oh, yeah. Dollar, what do you think?
Man, let me tell you something. HGH is just like when you're at your job, when you're at your regular job, and the guy you're working with, you say, hey, look here, you can take a longer break, but don't let the boss see you when you're late. It's just like this. They're not gonna stop it. They just gotta get smarter about how they're doing it. Quit writing checks, cancel checks to where you can get them later on down the line. They're just gonna be smart on how to do these things.
Right.
They can stop one drug, and there's gonna be another drug. It's just not HGH. It's marijuana. It's cocaine. It's all kind of other stuff, man. This is a long-going thing. Now these cats got money to do things smarter. They got money to do things the way they want to. This is not gonna do nothing. But what everybody else has to do with the other sports like football, hockey, they better be smart, because that's where they're coming next.
Right.
Can you imagine a guy on HGH, hockey and tennis?
They are.
Man, he killed somebody.
Believe me, there's different kinds. They own something.
And, see, I'm glad you made that point. And I think that's one of the myths about when we think about HGH and steroids, that an athlete automatically is going to be, 50 pounds heavier and muscles popping out all over the place.
They don't work that well.
Right. A lot of time these guys are taking this to recover from an injury. After let's say a pitcher has pitched 105 to 110 pitches, he wants to recover a little faster. So instead of being on a 5-day rotation, he can be on a 3-day rotation. If he's on 3-day rotation, what does that mean for him?
Hey,
More money, more money. The team is also looking at the fact that if I got a guy like Roger Clemens who's 42, 43 years old, and I can put him out on the field for 6, 7, 8 innings, give me some strong innings, and I don't got to pay 2 or 3 young guys to do that same job,
you're getting your money's worth.
you're getting your money's worth out of these guys. So it comes down to economics and the fact that, as you said earlier, baseball looked one way, players union looked the other way, athletes saying, if I can make $5 million with my regular body, but I can make $10 million with my body plus, I'm taking the plus. And nobody's saying anything.
Well, the money they gave Roger Clemens, they could have got 6 pitchers, and they could have all got any So
They could have got you pitched.
You can't use Roger Clemens, because I think he was, he knew he shouldn't have accepted no contract with the Yankees, because he wasn't ready to play professional baseball again. And
he got off that, and it hurt him.
He just found a briefcase full of money. Hey, I got to grab this, I'm gone. Hey, mama, he called home. Hey, mama, look here, baby. I'm gonna go and get this paper. And I know I can't do that for 2 or 3 innings, but I'm gonna go ahead and sprain an ankle or pull a hamstring. I'm gonna sit down.
Right.
Bam. And then later on in the season, they're gonna find out, I've done AGA, and that's it.
Right.
Roger Clemens is a bum.
But here's the point about Roger Clemens. Now let's look at him in terms of what Roger was doing. You never saw Roger coming in April. You never saw Roger coming in even in May.
Nope, he's a June man.
He's a June man. Why is that?
He's at Ryan's at the buffet eating and taking HGH with his food.
Right, and thickening up. And then what would happen? Ain't nobody drug testing at that point in the season.
It's too late in the season.
It's too late in the season.
He's eating chicken and gravy at Ryan's, and his arms are swelling up.
Right,
His arms swollen up.
and that's his HGH. Come on, give me a break. Give me a break. Now I look at it like this, final thing in reference to Major League Baseball. We're looking at, right now everybody's saying, oh, this is a black eye for baseball, this is a black eye for sports. No, it's not. The only time it's a black eye is when these people aren't making money, when there's not butts in the seats. So the black eye will come when next April, when the season starts, if the stadiums are half full and people are booing some of these athletes when they come on the field and they walk out the stadium. If that doesn't happen, that shows you the general public doesn't care about that. We go to sporting events to be entertained. I don't care what you done put in your butt or drank, or like you said, if you done went to Ryan's buffet and had it. The bottom line is, when we pay our money to see these athletes perform, we just want to be entertained, and that's it.
And you see, and you've been hearing on the radio all week. I've been hearing on the radio all week. People saying, "Well, I'm not going to watch baseball. I'm not going to any games." That might be good for people like me, and not you, but me and Bundy. We can get the cheap tickets and go watch the game.
You're right.
Because the people that's going to stop going, they're only going to
get their tickets.
Only going to say, "Look, drop the prices. Let's get the poor people in there like Dollar, and come on, bring your whole family down there, and y'all can watch your game. You bring
and
your
get
cousin
one-
Vinny and Lulu and Shaniqua, all of them. Y'all
And get
watch
one
the game for
beverage and
$3.
split it.
What?
And popcorn, everything cheap. And I can even bring in probably a half pint or something.
I don't know if the system's going to be relegated to that level where you get the $2 wings and a folding chair, but
If you do, you better not eat them.
no. Don't do it. Don't
You
do
better
it.
leave it right there on the table. They coming over the new drug, they try it out on you.
Yeah, one arm like this. I popped out
Let's
his
check
head.
them out by the fourth end. They got binoculars on them. Look at his hair grow.
Oh, Lord.
Work.
Yes. Let's give all the guys this. You checking us out on UPTV Channel 6, Tell It Like It Is. I'm sitting here with Big Bun and Dollar Bill.
One thing though, you think Serena took it?
No, that's
If she did sell
that's
what you took,
no,
sell it.
No.
Sell it, Serena.
You think she
No,
took it down?
no.
Sell it, Serena.
no.
You gonna buy how much of it?
Sell it, Serena.
If you buy some of that Serena Williams
Look,
HGH,
no, I'm not saying me. I'm just saying
No.
men with women that wants to be
Serena.
Serena. Okay?
The tennis player.
The tennis player. What? No, come on. You got a woman, you know, it's not fully
She not
figured,
good at
and they
tennis?
say, hey, can I get some Serena? Serena?
2 doses.
and that leads us to our next subject. Are performance enhancing drugs here to stay? You know,
Yes.
as we said earlier, we talked about baseball and its drug problems. But if you think about the millions of dollars that are involved in sports now and what athletes are going through to get to the next level, and you know, somebody says, hey, as I said earlier, you make $5 million right now, but if you pop this pill or take this, you'll make $10 million in whatever sport. Bun, do you actually believe that these drugs are here to stay?
Oh yeah, it's too
In a
late.
different way. In a different way.
It's starting now. As far as some people say, freshman year in high school. You got players out here that want to be so good as pitchers and keep consistently throwing in the 90s. They taking it not a full dose. They taking them the baby shots. You know, like oh yeah, the half a shots. You know, they think
half
it's really
a-
working for them. I mean, it ain't doing but hurting them.
So what you're saying is they taking half of Viagra.
Oh yeah, half.
Man, there's somebody as we speak right now,
Watching us.
not watching us, making a new drug to where, okay, look, we got to make money because these kids, these adults, these professionals, veterans, they don't want to get out of the league and give it to the little man down here.
Right.
But we got to make us another pill to where they can take it to where they can perform just as good as they do with the HGH. Somebody right now is making something.
Instead of being 3,500, it's gonna be 7,500.
You know, it's not going to stop. It's just going to come at you in a different way, under a different name.
You're right.
You know, so
Speedos.
never know.
Well, I will say this. I definitely think it should be prohibited for any amateur athlete, especially at the youth level and when we're talking about the Olympics. But when you're talking about professional sports and these leagues are paying out these millions of dollars for these people to perform, as I said earlier, all they are high-paid entertainers. I don't care if Arnold Schwarzenegger is on drugs, as long as when he make Terminator 9, I'm entertained. And it's the same thing with an athlete. I don't care what he's decided to put in his body on that professional level because he is an adult and he made that conscious choice. Too many people talk about integrity. Folks have been cheating in sports since sports were invented.
Yeah.
This is just another way of people trying to get an edge over their opponent. The Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line in the 70s were all on steroids. Why do you think they were out there blowing teams away the way they were doing back in the
You
70s?
have proof of that.
I don't need to have proof.
Babe Ruth is on
Hot dogs and
vodka
beer.
and beer before the game.
But
I know 2 entertainers did them HGH. That's Prince and Michael Jackson.
well,
I don't know about that.
I don't know
But
why.
I think you should go like this. Okay, if I'm a professional baseball player and I'm, you know, and I'm taking HGH, I should let, you know, it should be known to the other team and the public. Hey, this guy take that way. When I get up, if you want to pitch to me, come
You
on,
take your chance.
Take your chance. Now
Right.
I'm on this. I'm on the HGH, man.
Right.
Now you either got your choice to pitch to this dude or walking. Now if you keep walking, you know, he's just wasting his money on the HGH.
Right.
So therefore, don't pitch to him. He gonna get off the HGH, but when he get off, it has to be documented
that he's off the
that
HGH.
he's either slowed down or totally
Slow
off. of it.
down.
So let me ask you this: should players have like a patch.
Patch or
So
something,
they have a
yeah,
patch
on their jersey.
Right. Steroids.
Steroid HGH patch.
HGH, and then let people know.
Let the pitcher know, the other team know. Yeah, here is Joe on the H. Yeah.
Let's
So
look
there's
on,
the patch. I'm gonna show the patch to you.
Yeah.
There's my.
let's look on the book.
Look on the book.
Oh yeah, he's on it.
Right. Well, pretty soon you're gonna be able to tell when the one guy come up to bat and he about 5'8" and we're about $150, and the next dude come up and he 5'9", 275, and got 0.1% body fat.
Yeah.
I think you don't need to wear patch
Well,
still.
sometimes people just naturally big though. Sometimes you just. I mean, look at both of y'all. Y'all just naturally huge.
Gotta be
Right.
So
Look at
therefore, you know, y'all ain't on.
But we are on HGH. It's just a different kind. It's called
Right.
biscuit and gravy.
Okay.
You know.
It's called ham hocks.
Right.
B&G.
And biscuits.
That HGH stand for ham
Ham
hocks,
grits and
green,
and
and
hot
hog
dogs.
maws.
Okay.
You know, that's our HGH. But we've been taking it. You need to get some holiday season UPTV Channel 6 Tell It Like It Is. We appreciate y'all checking us out there. If you have a question, a comment, give us a call, 328-8280. Stat Girl is sitting back. Now, she's not on HGH, but she's on some other performance enhancers. We just won't get into that right now.
As
Sweet
of
tea.
now.
Right. Her sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
She's, you want some sweet tea?
Yeah, with lemon.
With a little lemon in it.
Yep.
That's what she been
Lot of
working
ice.
on.
Lot of ice.
First of all, I want to say thank you before we move any further. You know, some people out there watching us, sitting out there at Jupiter's, checking us out. Folks at BW3s checking us out. People sitting in their homes checking us out. We want to say big thumbs up. Thank you for checking us out. UPTV Channel 6.
You can't say
Tell
thumbs
like
up. You just say thumbs.
Man, stay up. Look, I put some HGH on my thumb,
Maybe that you can use it.
and now it's grown. Okay, I have a real thumb now. Look, I'm gonna get a little side view.
It hasn't worked
You
yet.
see it?
It hasn't,
You see
it
that?
hasn't kicked in yet.
Now look at them hands.
Yeah, now that there.
That's
Them hands.
them some,
Them writing hands.
them some-
Yeah, that's ooh, that hurt me for me. That hurt me.
Well, let's flip the script. HGH,
Yeah, get it out of
we
here.
done with
That's
it. Like I said, that Mitchell report was a waste of time.
Yep.
Everybody knew them dudes was on the juice.
Yep.
We're gonna move on to guys who ain't supposed to use the juice, but use it anyway. The NFL.
Yep.
We're gonna move on over there. And the first area of the NFL I want to talk to y'all about.
Come on.
Atlanta Falcons played Monday Night Football against the New Orleans Saints.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing there, Coach?
Hey, good game. Good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. Coach, we'll see you later on down the line, won't we? Mm-hmm. You sure? Mm-hmm. Bobby Petrino. What did Bobby Petrino do? He coached.
But did he just? I don't know. I mean,
He coached on Monday night Atlanta Falcons in the NFL, and on Tuesday morning, Bobby Petrino had a burgundy suit on with a Razorback tie on.
did he just sneak out?
Snuck out the back door. Bobby, he didn't even unpack his office. He just walked on out the door, and next thing you know, he's with the Arkansas Razorbacks in the SEC. I'm gonna start with you, Bun. Everybody talks about coaches and, you know, son, you can't quit. You gotta play with it. You gotta play for 4 quarters. You gotta play hurt. And then he straight snuck out the back door, and the season ain't even
That
over.
was a coward move. 3 games ago in the football season. I mean, I understand he come there, he think he gonna have Michael Vick. Michael Vick's not there. But let's ride it out and let's say, come on, let's go back to college. It's not working. What'd he do? He tell Arthur Blank, oh yeah, I'm your coach. I'm your man.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Can-
He goes out there Monday night, shakes hands. He, good game. All on his mind. He knew he's leaving. He knew. He just had to find a way.
But what does that tell you about Arkansas? What does that tell you? Arkansas just got themselves a quitter. He can quit on them just like he did, the Falcons.
No, he back at home.
You just never. It depends on the situation, man.
That's right.
It depends on the situation. Just like if Michael Vick was there and if Atlanta was winning, had
He'd
an
be there.
8-9-10 game winning streak right now, he would still be in Atlanta. So what if Arkansas just goes straight to the bottom? Don't win a game.
He
What is
getting
he gonna
another.
do?
He's gonna get another
He's
job.
gone. So what
He's
does that
gonna
tell you
quit.
about Arkansas? I mean, he's not a person to depend on. He's,
Right.
He's not a captain.
Well, he's suing for right now.
Now, and here's my question. Okay, everybody talks about athletes and the fact that, this guy's holding out. He's not holding up at his end of the contract. He signed a 4-year deal. He's supposed to meet his obligation and play out these 4 years. This man didn't even play out the first season. Forget years. He only had 3 games left in the regular season, and then he could have left.
Yeah.
He coached on Monday and quit on Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
So my question is,
how much jet ready after the game? Going to
no,
Little Rock.
he
no,
didn't
wait a
do all
minute.
that.
He wasn't even. He was on the sideline coaching Texan. He was Texan Arkansas. Can you give me 2.5 minutes? Yeah, go deep. Over.
Done deal.
Good job.
Hey,
My question to y'all is, if players are being held to a standard where you got to meet your obligation, whether it be a scholarship when you make a commitment or on a professional level, you got to play out your contract. Should they start putting stipulations with coaches that if you don't meet your obligation, you're barred for at least 12 months of coaching anywhere?
have.
should.
Some of them have.
I
You
think
remember
should
Lil
get
Bowden?
blackballed.
You remember Lil Bowden left Auburn? Mm-hmm. They fired the man. They told the man he can't coach for 5 years.
Yeah.
He
think
didn't
he should
show
get
up.
blackballed
I mean,
sometime.
you're right.
I really do. I mean, but the thing is,
Bill Cowher's another
goes back.
example.
This just goes back to which story is bigger. To me, I think a professional coach that's taking the money like Petrino did, going to a professional organization like Atlanta and just leaving the way he did, that's bigger than this HGH.
Dollar, he took $24 million from
You know, but
Louisville.
how long have you heard that? Really, you forgot. People have forgot about this
Right.
Petrino story already, and that's a big story.
That is to me bigger.
That is a big story.
When people talk about integrity and they keep talking about meeting obligations, and like I said earlier, think back to just a couple years ago, Eric Gordon, 16, 17-year-old kid, and I'm going to say it again, a kid made a verbal commitment to Illinois, didn't sign a piece of paper or anything.
Swear
And
behind the kid,
then
everybody.
he decided, no, I'm not going to come to Illinois. I'm going to stay at home at Indiana.
Boo.
Boo, his boo. People calling out his character. People talked about his father. People talked about how was he raised, questioning his character. And we talking about a child. And then you got a grown man that just took $24 million from Louisville, then went to Atlanta and telling other grown men what they supposed to do, and he snuck out the back door.
With an email.
And then,
That to me is a bigger story than some grown man deciding to take a pill or stick a needle in his butt or anything like that.
But as a player for Arkansas, it'd be hard for me to play for a coach like that, knowing what he did and the level I'm trying to get to, which is professional level. It'd be hard for me as an Arkansas football player
He say that now.
to play for a coach like. I'm serious.
Put
I
him
mean,
in-
come
put-
on, man.
Put Dollar Bill in the spotlight from out of
come
Georgetown.
on. That's different. Man, this dude been quit.
But he gonna get me to the league.
I'll play
No, ain't nobody gonna listen to him because who's gonna listen to Trip? Man, we don't want nothing to do with you or your school.
Tell you what, I bet you the first day he walk in the locker room and you look at him and say, oh, I ain't gonna listen to him, he quit. In other news, John Town will be transferring
Don't be surprised if
to
you don't hear about
Akron
transfers.
University.
Don't be
You know.
surprised if you don't hear about some people transferring from Arkansas.
Well,
Okay.
you
Don't
know
be
what?
surprised.
I tell you what, when I
Don't
understand
be
what you're talking about,
surprised.
and I agree with you on the ethics side, but we're talking about kids. This is a grown man. And my question now, let's expand Bobby Petrino. Are all coaches just a lot of talk?
Yes,
But
sir.
really, when it comes to the ethics, we talk about the almighty dollar. We ain't talking about anything else right now. Coach can come in, I'm here for the long haul. I'm going to be there the 4 years you're here, son. Huh? How much you going to give me?
I'm gone.
Hey, son, I see you later. I got to go.
But as a father to a kid that's going to that school, what do you think? Your son's at Arkansas, all of a sudden, you know about Petrino's at Atlanta. He just basically just leaves. But he comes to Arkansas. Your son's a big-time football player there, having a chance to go to the league, or he's a freshman just getting there, or Southland, whatever the case might be. How does a parent think behind all this?
Excellent question. As a parent, it depends on your value system. If your value system is just like his value system, which is I'm playing for the money and that's it, you don't care if Lucifer himself is the coach as long as he's getting your son to the next level to make that contract. Now, if it's about a man with integrity, then like you said, a parent would grab his son and say, no, you're not playing for that man. We're getting out of the scholarship. We're going somewhere else. But here's the question. In our society that we live in today, where everybody fronts about integrity, but then nobody has it, how many people would actually do that?
I would say probably less than 2%.
Thank you. Thank you. Nobody's going to pull a kid because everybody's thinking about my son's going to be the next Michael Jordan. My son's going to be the next Tom Brady. My son's going to be the next Albert Pujols.
They looking at it like this. This man come from Louisville. He was there 3 or 4 years. He lost 2 or 3 games. He sent a whole lot of people to the pros.
Okay, that's when he was at
But-
Louisville. This is not this. You're talking about before he went to the professional
Dollar,
league.
you have a whole lot of coaches.
Man,
You had John L. Smith, halftime during Louisville's football game, announced that he was going to Michigan State at halftime. That's integrity. I mean, coaches do it all the time
Okay, he announced it.
to his team.
Okay, he announced it. He announced it.
Yes.
Did he just get to the game and said, "Y'all take a shower," and then the coach left and got on the bus and playing or something?
Yeah, he went to Michigan State after the game.
Did he announce it? Did Petrino announce it?
No.
No, he didn't announce nothing.
Point blank. I mean, you just can't quit a job, and then we're gonna hire you because you come on, man. You got at least wait till 3 more games and then break.
He went hit the recruiting trail.
Well, I tell you what, man. I just say this.
Ball up.
Everybody getting all this money. As I said earlier, it's the same thing that's affected what happened in Major League Baseball with performance-enhancing drugs. It's the same thing that's happening with coaches. Hire guns, and this doesn't mean all coaches. This doesn't mean all coaches.
There's some good coaches
but
out
there's some
there.
great coaches out there. But what's starting to happen is that coaches are starting to get a bad name because they sit there and tell folks at press conferences and post-game interviews about what it's like to have integrity and to play hurt, and you got to give 110% and all that, and you're not giving the same back to the kids and the athletes that play for you. If you're not going to do that, just say up front, say, hey, I'm here for the money.
Didn't a couple guys here do that? Basketball coaches?
Hey,
Oh, I'm not going to the NBA.
I'm not going in $2 million.
A year?
Where's my car keys? I gotta get out of here. Now let's flip it. We talk about the worst that's happening in the NFL. And if you got a comment on it, you give us a hit at 328-8280. We're gonna talk about the best that's happening in the NFL.
Mercury Moore's rapping.
Nah, that ain't the best. That ain't the best. I think Mercury Moore's leisure suit from back in the day is better than him rapping.
That was a nice suit.
Yeah, it
Real
was.
nice suit.
Fly collar, touching his shoulders, boy.
Some dollar wear.
Forward.
That's something I had.
You have one
I
right
had
now?
a fly collar. I had a butterfly collar come down there. Hey, it's
That's
coming
how,
back.
that's how you get down?
It's coming back. But you got to have shoulders to wear things like that.
Well, we gonna buy you some because
I mean, some people don't
that
have
Nutrisystem
shoulders and
he been
necks.
on,
It's working.
he fading
There's
away.
a couple people that can't wear turtlenecks at this table. But, hey, that's another topic.
You're right. There's somebody need to
Okay.
get a little HGH on this table too.
Yeah. Where they gonna shoot him at?
We'll just shoot him right here in the top of the dome.
And work his way down.
Right. We'll get his hair to grow and then we'll get other things to grow on it. But back to the NFL, New England Patriots, best ever. I'll just throw it out there like that.
As of now, yeah. I mean, if they don't sit nobody out, ain't nobody gonna beat them. That's the only way they're gonna lose is they rest players. If they rest players, I think somebody's gonna sneak by them. But if they don't rest players and play their squad, I just don't see nobody beating them.
You see nobody beating them. They got 3 games left. They play the Jets this weekend.
Yeah.
Then after the Jets, I think they play Miami. And then after they play Miami, they end the season with the New York Giants. Same thing to you, Bun. Right now, Jets, best ever. I mean,
Ooh.
the Patriots. Slip of the tongue. I was thinking of
Wow.
Broadway Joe.
Wow.
69
A
Jets.
guarantee. I think they are. I mean, they're hard to beat. I mean, if you look at it, they sat around, they played around with Philadelphia and Baltimore. And then Pittsburgh come out, Anthony Smith is guaranteed. All guarantee a win. This man got burnt twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean, they put one on Pittsburgh. They beat him like a stepchild.
Yeah, he was in the Breakfast Club because he was burnt toast
Oh, man.
and he was cold juice.
Oh,
'Cause
hard eggs, too.
And
it looked ugly.
I'm not saying because I'm a Bear fan. And New England Patriots this year, they do got a real good team. They got it could be in the top 5. But even though Bear at 85, I thought Chicago Bears were one of the meanest teams that ever hit the football field. Now New England got the way better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as Steelers, I remember the Steelers, the Steel Curtains, and even the Cowboys. I mean,
Doomsday.
I think them was. New England, this team in New England right now is
They're
in the top
like
5.
you said, they're the top 5.
They're in the top 5.
So that's all right. Let's go back to that, Doll. I'm gonna stay with you. Now you just named off some different eras. I know this is a little premature. We haven't even got to the playoffs yet. We don't even know what's going to happen if they even make it to the Super Bowl. But comparing the 2007 New England Patriots to the 85 Bears or to the 92-93 Dallas Cowboys or to the
Undefeated
San Francisco 49ers
Yeah.
in their heyday, or even back in the 70s, I mentioned earlier, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Steel Curtain. Taking those teams and those eras, 49ers against, the Patriots against those teams, what would you say?
I think 85 Bears will beat them just because of the defense alone they had. Because in order to beat a team like New England Patriots, you got to have some mouth talkers, and you got to have some hard hitters, and you got to have somebody to back up what they say.
Right.
And Chicago Bears in '85, they had that team. Now the offense with Walter Payton, Jim McMahon, cocky quarterback, I think 85 Bears could have got him. I think Pittsburgh Steelers, Steel Curtains, Mean Joe, LC, and all them, that could have been a good game also. Because I think Terry Bradshaw could throw that ball just as good as anybody back in that day. The dude
Right.
always found a way to get that ball in where he needed to be. I think now them and Dallas Cowboys, it could have been a tough game. It could have been a back and forth game, but you can't take nothing away from New England, man. What really got me when they done the flea flicker, Randy Moss throws the ball to Moss, he drops it on the ground, he throws it way back across the field to Brady. Brady throws it down the field to, who was it? Gaffney. Come on, man, the season is falling in their hands.
Right.
If
Right.
they don't sit down Randy Moss, if they don't sit down Brady, them are the top two, I believe. If they don't sit down them guys, if they sit down both of them at the same time, if they sit them down one game, that's the game they're going to lose.
What do you think, Bun?
Compared against the other teams, I don't think they can beat none of them because I think Bill Walsh would out-finesse them. They would slow the ball down. The Steelers smash them out. You look at Tom Brady now. He has a whole lot of time. He go back there, he can drink some tea,
Yeah, I agree.
look over there, text message. If you put some pressure on him
Yeah.
where he got to move around and stuff, he'd be in trouble.
And I think back in them days, man, defense back there was,
Yeah.
them cats was really mean.
Yes.
Like you said, the Steel Curtain, Chicago Bears 85 defense, they could have won undefeated.
Right.
They could have won undefeated that year.
It's
With
just like
with the Niners, Joe Montana.
pick them apart.
Joe Montana, I'm telling you, he's still one of the coolest, calmest quarterbacks, and he had pressure back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking nothing away from Tom Brady. When you win as many Super Bowls he have in a short span of time, I'm telling you, dude, he's already in the Hall of Fame as soon as he gets through.
Because you got to put pressure in order to beat him. You got to put pressure on Tom Brady. Like the year the Rams won the Super Bowl, Kurt Warner had all day back there
Throw that ball.
to throw the ball. They ain't come to the NFC Championship game against Tampa Bay. He didn't have time. They won that game by luck.
Yeah. Tampa didn't have any offense that,
Oh, no.
that time. But we're going to go to these phone lines at 328-8280, 328-8280. Caller, tell us your name, tell us where you're calling from, tell it like it is.
I'm calling from Champaign.
Yes, sir.
I was just calling on that, you asked was the Patriots the best ever?
That's correct.
Man, if they ain't got that ring, if you think about it, they really ain't done that.
Well, I did say that, obviously this is a premature conversation. We haven't gotten even to the playoffs, but how would you compare this year's team right now to those teams that we spoke of in the past?
I compare them to the 98 Vikings when they was breaking all those records.
Uh-huh.
If they go undefeated during the year, I got a feeling they're going to get upset in the playoffs.
So you don't think that they're even going to get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl?
Well, don't get me wrong. I don't want to take nothing from them. They're a great team, but I just think in this day and age, to go through all the way perfect, I just think it's going to be a snag somewhere along that way.
Caller, tell us
They may get to the Super Bowl, but
who's going to win
they'll
it.
get tripped up.
Who's going to win it?
I really feel the Colts will repeat.
Okay. Well, we'll be looking out for that. You hit us anytime, UPTV Channel 6. Tell it like it is. You take care. We're going to go back to these phone lines, 328-8280. Caller, tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell it like it is.
Hi, this is Kim calling from Champaign. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
Doing good,
Kim.
What's up, Kim?
Good. Hey, I hope you guys congratulated this young man because he did a fine job last Friday holding it down. Well, I don't know where the two of you were, but he did a great job, he and his partner. So
Did they do a good job? Was it that good?
Great job.
Okay, give it up for me, Joe.
Bun,
All right, give it up.
you did a great job, man.
Thank you, Kim.
You did a real good job.
Hey, I'd just like to say, New England Patriots, they're a great team this year, but I don't think they would have a chance against the 85 Bears.
There you go.
Just elaborate on that scenario a little bit for me, because I really think, I mean, boy, you can't find players in this day and age like, Richard Dent. I mean, they were great players. So, I mean, the Bears were doing it just on defense. I mean, beating teams 8-3. I mean, it was just all defense. So, I don't think there's a chance. I don't think there's a chance that New England beats the 2007 New England Patriots beat the 85 Bears.
I agree.
Excellent point, Kim. I'll give my little elaboration on that. First of all, appreciate you calling, Kim. You hit us anytime, UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. Now, the 2007 Patriots, the first thing is it depends on what rules are being used in the game. If the rules of 2007 are being played, the New England Patriots will beat any of the teams we named off. And here's why.
Illegal contact.
The illegal contact rule after 5 yards. If you go back to 1975 on through when the Pittsburgh Steelers played, Mel Blount is the reason why we have these rules. He used to maul wide receivers. He was strong enough and physical enough as a cornerback. Randy Moss wouldn't even get off the line of scrimmage if we were playing with those rules. But if we're playing with 2007 rules, Randy Moss is the X factor in any of these games, whether it be the 85 Bears, the 90 Cowboys, or the 70 Steelers. Randy Moss, there's not an athlete out there who has the athletic ability and moxie to be able to run down the field with that man. He's the difference maker. The 07 Patriots would beat any of those teams. But if we're playing the rules, when the 85 Bears played, the Bears would win that game. And here's why I say they'd beat the 85 Bears. The 85 Bears were running a defense, that 46 Bear defense. Nobody had ever seen it. Well, now, in 2007, everybody's tried to run it. There's a variation of it. Everybody runs that Tampa 2 and zone blitzes. But with the ability of tackles to step back off the line of scrimmage, the ability of tackles being able to use their hands to control defensive ends like a Richard Dent and guys to come in blitzing, I don't think you would even get close. And the fact that Tom Brady gets rid of the ball with that spread offense
So quick.
I don't think any of those teams could keep up with them. And then on the flip side, offensively, the only team I think that could play with them would either be the 49ers or the Cowboys from the 90s.
I disagree.
He a Bear fan. He gonna disagree.
I disagree.
right
Yeah,
there.
and he's a Randy Moss fan. Joe's been loving Randy Moss ever since he's been in Marshall. This dude, if Randy Moss worked at 7-Eleven over here when he used to be here,
I'll be buying
Joe would be
a big gulp. I'll be buying a big gulp from Randy Moss right
That's
now.
why he's up there trying to
Nah,
Randy Moss, Randy Moss, Randy Moss. I'm gonna tell you something.
Hey, what up,
man.
Randy?
All I'm saying is this: 85 Bears will run through the New England Patriots. I don't care what kind of rules they got in effect.
Okay.
Run it through
Period.
him.
That's the great thing
Period.
about this
Give me a
show.
score, dollar.
Bears.
Brady out in the first quarter. That would be his score.
Wow!
I'm gonna tell you something. When you got these big old cats, Singletary and Dent, come on, man. You can't just hold Big Dent. You can't hold Wilbur Marshall.
Otis
you can't
Wilson.
hold Otis Wilson.
Gary Fensick.
Fensick, Plank.
They won't.
Come on, man. Come on.
They were so good. They were so
whatever.
good. They were so good.
Yeah,
They
whatever.
won one Super Bowl.
Well, they broke him up
What
after
happened?
that.
They didn't break them up after
Yes,
that.
they did.
One man left.
Sometimes that's
That
all
was
you
a start.
need.
That's all you need.
That's
all you
y'all got, like I said, the NFL's a copycat league. The Bears ran a 46 defense. Nobody had ever seen that defense before. And as soon as that 85 season was over, everybody saw that film and could play that defense and could defend that defense.
Get Dick on the
Oh,
line.
he
Mike
too
Dick.
busy. Mike Dicker too busy
Mike Dick on the
stealing
line.
money from disabled veterans right now. So don't call Mike Dicker right now. He got his own problems. Now,
With his bad hip.
but that's the reason why the show is called Tell It Like It Is, because he told it like it is, I tell it like it is, Big Bun tell it like it is, UPTV Channel 6. Now we're rolling along right now. If you want to jump in on this conversation about the best ever, you give us a hit at 328-8280, 328-8280.
Here's my thing. Dollar, Joe, will Miami win a game?
No.
So they're going to be the first team to go undefeated and undefeated backwards.
And you know what? That's what
Yes.
look at this, right? The first Miami team to go undefeated and the first Miami team to go. That's the way the season's going to end. That's a very, like you would say, kudos on that explanation. Very good. That was a very good point.
Thank you.
I see you pay attention to.
I get a mark. I get a mark. Check mark.
Now, I'm gonna flip the script real quick.
He flipping it.
I'm gonna flip the script real quick. I'm flipping it right now. Let me get my papers together. I saw Walter Cronkite do this one time. And that's the news.
He got paid for it.
Yeah, that's true. And all we get is this
Water.
Niente. Didn't this come from the gas station down the street?
No.
Well, don't that look like the super pantry?
No, that's the hazardous. That's the hazardous thing.
Oh, we ain't supposed to be drinking this then. This got benzene.
That's got HGH in it. So let's give it to him.
Just squirted on his head. He looked like a chia pet in the morning. Chia. I love you, man.
Is that funny to you?
Stack girls. She was at, and it wasn't even ringing. But tomorrow, out at the Assembly Hall, starting at 10:30,
Tomorrow.
the shootout at the hall, high school basketball, 7 games.
Here, on the floor. On the floor.
Right there. Call it, ref. All types of games.
No
Teams
basket.
Coming in.
Yeah, slow him down,
You gotta
man.
bring it down. Bring it down.
He's in
Bring it
form.
down.
He's in rare form tonight.
Bring it down.
Boy, she called
There
in
we
and
go.
said you done an excellent job last
Boy,
week. And that just kicked you in.
Here's there.
Hey,
That's
you gotta,
it.
gotta do your signals right.
That little Doberman picture booty went up. He said, "Arr, arr, arr."
Hey, you're right.
All right. But the shootout at the hall tomorrow.
Give me
you
a
got
score on that
7
Atlanta game, Joe.
Before we get to that, man, let me just talk to the people out there real quick. We've got 7 games going on.
6-3.
Starting at 10:30 in the morning.
3-3.
Urbana High School takes on Mount Zion. Rich South, Crandall Head. Now this is Luther Head's younger brother, plays for Rich South. They're gonna be taking on Champaign Centennial. James Kinney Jr., exciting left-handed combo guard from Centennial. That game starts at 12:15. At 2 o'clock, you got Peoria Central. DJ Richardson will be coming in to take on Joseph Bertrand, 2 guys who've committed to come to Illinois.
Again.
That game is at 2. 3:45, you've got New Trier taking on Warren Gurnee. Brandon Paul, another commitment to the U of I,
Again.
be playing. At 5:30, you've got Peoria Emmanuel going against Waukegan, another Illinois commitment.
Verbals.
Jeremy Richmond, he's going to be there. And then
coming.
at 7:15, got some local flavor. Champaign Central with Donald Ducky Stewart and Verdell Jones going against Marcus Jordan, Michael Jordan's younger son. And then the nightcap, a little local flavor again. Unity of Tolono is taking on CPCI. Bun, since you were so fired up with your
Oh, man.
referee signal,
Man,
you going to get out to the hall?
I'm as excited as a no-armed man calling a basketball game.
So you, that's all you doing is this here.
Blowing a whistle.
Shootout at the hall, you going to check it out?
I'm going to try to.
And who are you going to be out there to actually see? Is there any particular player that you
I
want?
want to see all of it. I'd like to see a good high school basketball. I don't care who playing. I saw one last night. Didn't know who was on there, but I know the number 1 team got beat.
Okay, and it was just good, exciting basketball.
Good, exciting basketball. I mean, you got, like Dallas said, inside, you got verbal commitments to Illinois. I mean, verbal commitment, you know, yeah, I come there until somebody else give me something.
And they may be talking about they'll come there just for the shootout.
Dollar Bill, you getting out there? You gonna check it out?
Oh,
Shootout
sure.
at the hall.
I'll be there, you know, early afternoon. You know, I'm definitely going to see that. I'm definitely going to see that Central game. You know, like you said, this is the time when Verdell and Ducky, they really should, you know, show their stuff.
Right.
They really should show their stuff. Show, you know, hey, I am a leader. And don't nobody sleep on Ducky.
Right.
I'm telling you, because he's a smooth.
Shuck it, duck it, quack,
He's
quack.
a smooth ball player. And believe me, Verdell, I mean, he bleeds basketball. He practices late nights. And I don't even know if he'd be on time for school in the morning, but I know he'd be practicing late nights. But it's going to be a good game.
Right.
Now, if Michael Jordan, what's his name,
Marcus.
is he left-handed?
No, I think he's right-handed.
Okay, that may be Michael's son. But the other one is for the Illinois. He's left-handed. Is anybody in Michael's family left-handed that you know of?
Let's move forward because I'm not touching that with a 20-foot yo pole. Okay,
That's,
we ain't gonna talk about that.
If you see him out there tomorrow, you come and ask him questions.
Right, you see that face on the screen right
He
now.
might put his HGH on.
Right, he
He
might-
might chia pet.
He might have a different look tomorrow. He might look like a funky Jamaican.
Well, I'm gonna go
You
talk to Juanita.
Well, you talk to Juanita. We're gonna talk more
Gonna go
about
like
this
Was it at the diner?
at the shootout
Barney,
at the hall.
Barney's
At the,
girlfriend.
you know, they are Juanita on the very top now. They got their Michael, Juanita, whole Jordan family. They're at the very top. They done built a little box for them already. Everything.
Yeah.
Just just let you know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you know, if you get an opportunity to get out there to the Assembly Hall, check out some exciting basketball action. You gotta remember, this is the first time or not the first time, but the second time since basketball left us in terms of IHSA state tournaments that moved over to Peoria years ago. So now, this is the second year of the shootout, got a lot of talent coming in here, and so if you like good high school basketball, get on out to the Assembly Hall. Like I said, things kick off tomorrow morning at 10:30 with Urbana taking on Mount Zion. The great thing about it is that ticket prices is $10 for adults, $5 for students.
$10.
And here's the even better part. First time in the history of the Assembly Hall, there is re-entry. So if you go like at noon to see Centennial, and then you want to go do some Christmas shopping or get you a sandwich or whatever, and then come back.
Can you bring your sandwich back?
You can't bring your sandwich back with you. So when you go get your sandwich, eat your sandwich.
You put it in your
and then
pocket.
come up.
Oh, yeah, that's
Don't be putting sandwiches in your pocket.
We get double A, get us some wrap.
Don't wrap in the foil. Go just
Hank, give me some aluminum foil.
no
Line.
big coats. Stack girl. See now I'm trying to keep these two tame, and then you jumping in.
But
You
Joe,
know.
tell me this. You don't money keep up with this more than I do. Give me a score of that Central game.
Central
Give me a score. Do you
Whitney
think?
Young.
Yeah, give me a score.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm looking for it to be in the 80s on both sides.
you
Whitney
think?
Young ranked #1 in the state. Now they lost to Homewood Flossmoor the other night, and they lost to a kid who's actually coming here to play football for Illinois. Got a lot of talent up there.
Say 96 to
Wow.
82.
Man, y'all, that's a definite shootout.
I say 89-80.
I'm going to say 64-72. But okay, what about a better game? Give me a score in that better game.
Urbana Mount Zion, Urbana is struggling this year. They got some difficulties in terms of what they're doing in terms of talent. I say that game will probably be in the 40s or 50s in terms of.
There you go. I had to edit you.
Yeah. Is that what
You
it
know,
was?
beep.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
So you mean both teams going to be in the 40s? Or one team?
I don't do too much about the Mount Zion team that's coming over here. So
They
you
do
know.
have a junior that's top junior.
And what
in the
about that
nation.
Centennial game? I haven't seen some.
Now,
what
Rich
do you look
South, Centennial, they've got some athletes. I think one of the things about
Ravante
Centennial,
Rice.
Ravante Rice is good. Hunt. We've got, as I said earlier, James Kennedy Jr. They've got some good athletes.
Central.
Now, Rich South on the flip side, like I said, they got Crandall Head coming in. Crandall Head is about 6'4", 6'5", just as athletic as Luther was at this stage of his career. Should be a pretty good ball game.
I ain't talking about people. That's
So
a unique name.
like I said, if you get an opportunity to get
Crandall
out there,
and, you say Crandall?
Crandall, Crandel,
Like cranium head.
Crandall,
And I agree with you, Joe. You should be the last one to talk about somebody's head. That's all I'm saying.
Crandall.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm gonna say too.
Well, your head and shoulders come. Head and shoulders. I mean, your head and shoulders come together. So I'm saying, don't talk about nobody's head. Seriously. Next
Well,
subject.
Reason why we haven't talked about any Illinois sports, there is none this week. Finals week, they're over there taking their tests and stuff like that, trying to get their book learning on so that they can get ready. Illinois will get back into action next week on the basketball court. And then on December 22nd, you'll have a board award with the men's basketball team taking on the Missouri Tigers. So if you get an opportunity.
Are we going?
Yeah, we going.
Herb.
Don't we go every year?
And don't forget now, it's finals week, just like you said.
Uh-huh.
People's graduating. Stat girl graduated, man. You gotta get
That girl.
graduated, man.
Everybody just want to say, first of all, I'm proud of the fact that Stat Girl has gotten her degree.
From Harvard.
No. Harvard of the Midwest. In architecture.
She told me Harvard.
Stat Girl says she's going to build us an outhouse. That's going to be her first project.
With the radios.
Right.
Satellite radios.
Right. We want to flushed out Stat Girl, pimp our outhouse. Can you do that for us?
You had them seats where you lift up and they go, everything just drop. When you get up off the seat, everything, whoop.
Well, okay, there you go.
I'm saying,
A outhouse, a real outhouse,
Well,
down south they don't drop.
I want to up
You need to
north.
take you some- you need to take you some
I don't want a
Pepto-Bismol
down
or
south.
something.
I want an up north outhouse.
Okay.
I want the heating
If ain't
and
nothing
air
dropping, you need to
conditioning.
take you some X-Lax or Pepto-Bismol, loosen your bowel movement up.
Now,
If it ain't dropping.
Or take some of that stuff you taking.
You know
well,
what I mean?
okay, let's stop taking what we taking, because we taking a little more time than what it is. UPTV Channel 6, The director has just come out and said we got 5 minutes, people.
He got a big old sign too with
Right.
5 on it.
You know what?
Like we
Big
can't
old
see.
sign like we blind.
You know what it looked like? It looked like a big food stamp too when it
Yeah.
came out.
Oh,
5
then
minutes.
he got a T-shirt with 5 on it.
So you know what that means? NFL pick time. We'll jump back in the NFL.
Real quick, let's do this.
We're going to do this real quick. Now, last night, the Broncos took on the Texans. We already know what the result is on that game. So we ain't even going to talk about that game. It's done. We only talk about the games that hadn't happened to see your expertise.
Okay.
Bun, I'm going to jump to you first because you're sitting over here.
Look, I'm gonna get my look. Like,
Karnak, you ready to go?
Yeah.
Bengals, 49ers.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bengals, dollar bill. Seahawks take on the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers.
Seahawks.
Panthers.
Seahawks.
Panthers with dollars. Oh, we got a difference already.
Panthers.
Buffalo Bills take on the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns.
Browns.
Browns at home, both of you. Tennessee Titans coming off that demoralizing victory, loss last week, take on the Kansas City Chiefs who are 4-9 in Arrowhead.
Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Chiefs.
Bun says Chiefs at home.
Tennessee.
It's gonna be snowing. It's gonna be cold.
Vince Young morale shot
No,
down.
Vince Young, you never know about him.
Team we spoke of earlier, the New England Patriots are at home in
England.
Foxborough. They take on the Jets. Not only do you pick New England, I want to hear the score.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a blizzard down there. I'm gonna say it's gonna be like maybe 17-7. Low scoring game. It's gonna be a low scoring game.
Lower
It's gonna
scoring
be-
game?
Yeah.
What do you say, Bun?
14-0.
14-0 New England.
Oh yeah.
I just got to check. I'm going to say here, you heard it first. New England's first loss this year, 10-7 Jets. Now, moving on.
Make sure.
You ain't got to check my water. You ain't got to check my water.
Is that water? I guess it's water.
It's on DVD, so when we play it back next week during the holiday special,
Okay, what's the next one? Give me some games.
Jaguars go down, or go up, to Pittsburgh. Take on the 9-4 Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Jaguars.
Bun take Jaguars. Falcons with Emmett Thomas as the interim coach going against the Buccaneers.
I'm going Falcons.
Buccaneers.
I'm going Falcons just because them cats gonna prove something. Look, you quit on us, bro.
Okay.
We ain't no quitters.
Whatever.
Falcons.
Ravens, Dolphins. Dolphins 0-13, Ravens 4-9.
Dolphins.
Ravens.
Bun says Dolphins in the first victory of the season. Packers 11-2 go down to St. Louis, playing the Dome, so it's 68 and perfect.
I'm gonna go St. Louis.
Packers.
I'm gonna go St. Louis. Bolger, he's gonna have a good game.
Colts go to
Oh,
Oakland.
they ain't playing.
Yes, he is. There's some news that Bolger will be playing.
Okay.
Okay.
Colts Raiders.
Colts.
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 Eagles go to the Cowboys, T.O. Bowl.
I'm gonna go Cowboys.
You have to go to Cowboys.
Tony Romo, he's a superstar, man.
Sunday night, Redskins and Giants.
I'm gonna go
Giants.
Redskins.
You got the Lions and the Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm gonna have to go Chargers.
And Monday night, boom,
Don't talk about it.
the Bears and Kyle Orton go to Minnesota in the Hump Dome and take on the Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings.
And with
Vikings?
less than a minute left.
what, you
I'm
ain't gonna
going
call- you ain't gonna
with
call-
them Bears.
Oh, I'm gonna say you ain't gonna call it. You calling the
With
game?
Kyle Orton, I'm going with them Bears.
Well,
All right.
before we get
like
on out of here,
Slick Ike.
UPTV Channel 6, first of all, I want to say thank you for watching us again. Every time we're out in public and somebody comes up and says, y'all actually watch us, you don't understand how humble.
Keep on burning.
Why my man is singing like this?
And rolling.
Because tonight we're going to say goodbye to a
Rolling.
musical icon,
Rolling on the river.
our hero.
He's a rolling.
Ike Turner passed away earlier this week in his
Rolling.
sleep in California.
Anime. Rolling
Anime
on
Bullock?
the river.
You gonna sing that song? That's what Ike said.
And
because of that, we'll see you. Take care, Ike. We'll see you.